So CM Punk got his ass kicked today. Are you shocked about that?
No, not in the slightest.
I could not hear what you say. What did you say?
I said not in the slightest.
Oh, not in the slightest. But anyway, welcome everybody to the easy picks. Yes, I got that brilliant idea from Mike. Thanks, Mike. So I'm gonna go with that. It's gonna be the easy picks. So, as you know, this Sunday, which is tomorrow, technically, even though it's not like Sunday here, it's nighttime. BackLash, the first SmackDown brand pay-per-view of the new brand extension era. What are your thoughts about this?
Oh God, I really don't have much to say about it.
All championships from the SmackDown brand are going to be defended, and which includes two new championships, which is the SmackDown Women's Championship and the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Now, are you ready for this, MVP?
Might as well.
All right, our first one. Oh yeah, by the way, it's like only 6 matches, really. The first one is a tag team match. The Usos versus the Hype Bros. The winner of the match will qualify for the tag team tournament finals. Now, as you know, the tournament finals was supposed to be American Alpha versus Heath Slater and Rhino, but they did the storyline injury of Chad Gable. So basically, by the Usos after American Alpha beat the Usos. So now whoever wins this tag team match will be fighting in the finals. Your thoughts and your picks for this MVP?
Usos really need this heel turn. I think they go up against Heath and Rhino. I don't see Hype Brothers winning because they have to redevelop what they have from NXT on Side Usos.
You have a point, really, with the Usos turning heel. I think they really need to push more than Hype Bros. I mean, Hype Bros, being the team from NXT, could have been a favorite to win the tag titles, but you have the Usos and then you have Rhino and Heath Slater, which you don't know who's a face, who's the heel. Um, I would rather say Usos will fight for the tag team titles. Speaking of which, with both of us picking the Usos, who you think gonna win be the first tag team champions from SmackDown? MVP. You.
Sorry. The thing was freezing out. Say it again.
Thing was freezing out because you're in it. Anyway, I say who's gonna be the first tag team champions of SmackDown?
I think this is where it goes to more Heath and Rhino because I think Heath Slater needs this a lot more. And for Rhino, he just needs to be a bit more relevant than he is. He doesn't have many years left in his wrestling career. Already two-time champion, so let's let Heath get this push. The fans love him, so why not?
Really, this is more for the storyline of Heath Slater being a free agent, and basically Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan basically say, "Hey, look, you know, just find a tag team partner. You find a tag team partner, you win the SmackDown tag team titles, you get a contract." Everybody forgets about that. Rhino, he's running for, I think, the Senate or the House in Michigan. I don't remember which one he's running for, but he is running for office. So I I would say, me being honest, I would say the Usos. will be the new tag team champions. I understand what your point is. For the storyline standpoint, you could see Heath Slater and Rhino win. I won't be surprised. But for me, I would rather say Usos, them being a successful. The only way I would say Usos lose if it's Jason Jordan comes out and causes the distraction to where Heath Slater gets the win for the team, and actually getting the contract, quote unquote contract for SmackDown. 'Cause that's what he was really fighting for, really. Uh, bring
Right.
up anything on that?
Well, I just think if they were to really have Jason Jordan come out, it would have to have a lot of merit or just how creative would have it out. I will more outlined for Jordan to, like you say, interfere in that match, but it'd be a stretch for Jordan to interfere though, since Chad Gable's going to be out for at least a month or so.
That's the storyline, basically. But I really believe more that it's Jason Jordan does have a merit because the fact of the Chad Gable being injured and being put on the shelf for like a month. So I would say it's just more on he wants the revenge, and basically, you can use the arguments like, hey, look, you injured my guy, I'm gonna get my revenge on you. It cost you the tag team titles. You um, Next match, I will go with the random match. I would say Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. This is a feud, ever since Randy Orton came back, and he lost to Lesnar. Um, and Bray Wyatt comes out like how doing his spooky little talk and stuff. Um, in this match, I would say, be honest, Bray Wyatt would need a push, but since Randy Orton got humiliated by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, I think Randy Orton's going to get the win in this one.
Yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna bring it over to MVP. MVP.
Well, I like how they're really pushing this. I really do, but I'm trying to understand where they're going with this between Orton and Wyatt. I'm really trying to understand. Maybe Wyatt needs something stable going forward, but if I would have to go on it based on a creative standpoint, I would give this one to Wyatt because I heard that Lesnar Orton 2 is going to happen pretty soon, last I heard. I mean, I'll give the win to Wyatt. More intrigued about the rematch.
And this could be a rematch that they can have at No Mercy. And you hear in the reports that No Mercy will be the next pay per view for the SmackDown brand. The Raw brand next month's gonna go be Hell in a Cell. That's the obvious one because usually it's Hell in a Cell in October anyway. But going on to that, adding on to that, you know, I just really think more. I understand where you're going with the storyline standpoint, but me being looking at the same storyline, you had Orton lose to Lesnar, and the fact is that I think Orton has more to need more of a win here than Wyatt in the standpoint. I mean, I understand Wyatt does need to win, but for this standpoint, I just rather see Orton win more. But that's just me.
Right.
Next match would be The Miz defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dolph Ziggler. MVP, take this over. Uh, thoughts and picks.
I'm guessing that they're gonna give the edge to Miz here because I already figure that what Ziggler said on SmackDown is a must win for him, but I like the way how they're having pushed Miz the way they have, and I really like how they really adjusted to this. But the only problem I have with this is if they have Miz over Ziggler, does this over for more somebody else to face the Miz? Because didn't Ziggler have a chance for the Intercontinental title like 6 months ago and it didn't fare well? So him, I mean, there's got to be more contenders for this. Just saying, but I'll say Miz.
Going into this, really, I think you're right. I would give more the edge to Miz, but it's more because of Maurice. Unless Dolph Ziggler pulls out something out of his hat where, somebody can, you know, neutralize Maurice in this, I would say Miz going to retain the championship. If he retains the championship, if Ziggler wins, it's going to be by disqualification or countout. They're not going to give the title to Ziggler. I everybody wants a push for Ziggler, and they do it for so many years, and how much, and they so much put so much hype in Ziggler, especially at SummerSlam. But if you look at this, it's just more like do we want to give Ziggler the title? Do we not want to give? It's just more like this is that's WWE creative field. Like they should give a title to Ziggler. And going into this, it's like maybe the only person that could be doing something about like Miz's uh, never-ending Intercontinental Championship World Tour thing is Daniel Bryan. Well, what because of what he did with the whole Talking Smack situation. That's the only way I could see that.
Right.
I want to put any more input on that.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, we've already been through most of the card already. Six pack. Is it elimination? Oh, I thought it was a regular six pack challenge. Let me double check. Let me double check. Hold on. Double check. Hold on. Time out before we continue on. Hold on. So how was your day? And I'm repeat silent.
All right. Oh, for the sixth,
No, no, no,
sixth
no, no.
one.
Wait, let me double check some. Six. Yeah, it's a six pack challenge, but they Wikipedia is weird. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. It shouldn't be, but Wikipedia has. The question is it an elimination? I don't think it's an elimination. It's just a six pack challenge. I think it's just a 6-person match. So it's not. I don't think it's an elimination. So, but six pack challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship to crown the new SmackDown Women's Champion. It'll be Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Natalia, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and Carmella. Now I start us off first because why MVP? What they call me nowadays?
The women's something. It's been so long.
The women's wrestler court. The Divas correspondent, basically. Or Lance's case, the queen of the Divas, which I'm not a queen, that bastard. Anyway, uh, but me being the women's wrestling expert, I would tell you this. I'm going to eliminate Alexa Bliss, and I'm going to eliminate Natalia. Now, my main reasons of limiting those two, I just feel more of Alexa Bliss. You know, she could be a top heel, you know, in Smack on the SmackDown brand, but they're not pushing her. I mean, Natalia could be also the same, but they're not really pushing her. The main heel that they're giving more of the push to is Carmella, and they're putting more emphasis on Carmella and Nikki. So, looking at that, unfortunately, my pick has to be Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is coming back from injury. She made the surprise, but she turned face because of the whole Carmella incident. And, you know, as I said, they putting more emphasis on Carmella and Nikki. So my pick has to be Nikki Bella. MVP.
Uh, I really can't disagree with you on that. I really can't. You said everything I wanted to say. I mean, pretty much, yeah. Because right now they're not going to put on Natalia. Definitely not going to put on Alexa Bliss. What we have here
Really,
is
really, your main two, if to be honest, your main two would be either Nikki Bella or Becky. Because if you think about it, Naomi, I mean, yeah, she deserves a push because it's how hard she works. But I just don't know what I think the her new gimmick needs more time or the fans to like grasp it basically. I mean, everybody likes it, but it's just like I think it's more like just need more over time for Naomi. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, continue on.
yeah. You better take over my time, Stephen A. Smith. Anyway, the thing is too. I really, really had high hopes for Becky Lynch, but it just looks like they're not gonna really give her anything right now unless they really pull something out of their ass. But truthfully, I feel sorry for Becky. You are right. They probably are going to give it to Nikki. If they're going to push Carmella the way they are, just do it the right way. That's all I could say. Because anything else in this situation would probably date anything for Carmella going forward. But you are right. I will agree about Nikki winning. Just because she doesn't have a lot to lose in this match.
And I agree with you. She doesn't really have nothing to lose because as I said, she just came back. I just feel with Becky, and you're right about it. They might not have ever give her do anything for a while, maybe until WrestleMania season. And it's just that over time, I keep thinking about this. Becky is the only one in the four horsewomen, which is Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey, and Becky. Um, she's the only one that never won a championship in NXT. So it's like it blows my mind that she doesn't even get the opportunity for SmackDown. She's only by her. She's the only horsewoman by herself on SmackDown. So
Right?
and it's just like it blows my mind that she deserves an opportunity to win the SmackDown Championship, but we all know that they're gonna give it to Nikki. Unfortunately, and I say with that unfortunately part. All right. Last but not least, this is actually a short card, unless they gotta add more matches during the show. It is um sorry, hold on. It is Dean Ambrose defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I was gonna call it the World Heavyweight Championship, even though it's called the WWE World Championship. I'm calling it the World Heavyweight Championship. Damn it! Dean Ambrose defending the World Heavyweight Championship against AJ Styles. Is this the point in time where AJ Styles becomes the face of WWE? I say actually yes. I'm surprised everybody. I'm gonna say AJ Styles gonna walk out with the WWE World Championship because I believe that AJ Styles, he's gonna win, and then he's gonna be gloating around with the championship. Dean Ambrose could get his rematch at No Mercy, and there's a possibility that John Cena may actually come back and feud with AJ Styles again, but this time with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line, to the point that John Cena can win his 16th world title. What are your thoughts, MVP?
Uh, Let me put it to you this way. I like Dean Ambrose when he was with the Shield. I like the way they gave Dean at least an opportunity for him to get the U.S. title. Now, I'm probably gonna be outside the fence here, but I don't like Dean right now being the world champ. And I'm going to say respectively why. And this is not to piss anybody off, and this is not to start any issues with anybody. It's more that they threw Dean into many situations to where I believe he hasn't been really coinciding with his collective, meaning that while he is the champion, he hasn't really connected with other fans to say otherwise. With AJ, people know who AJ Styles is throughout his career. So, to answer your brief question, AJ can be the face of SmackDown. Yes, he will sell out arenas. Yes, he will get more people buying stuff on Shop Zone because remember, let's go back to what Vince McMahon said. Who needs to be the better show between Stephanie at Raw and Shane at SmackDown? Dean is not going to really sell you anything. He's more your hardcore wrestler than a built champion. I'm going to say my boy AJ will be the new world champion. And yes, I also will agree that he will face Cena, but I don't believe that these odds having AJ Cena 3 will have any merit. I just don't see it.
But at the same time, if you think about this, really, it's more. I mean, I understand what you're saying with Dean Ambrose, but Dean Ambrose, he has held the title for a couple months, and really, I think everybody didn't expect Ambrose to hold it for this long. They really thought that he was going to actually lose it at Battleground, back to you know to Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, but the suspension might have changed that up big time, and they're just like, hey, Dean, just you're a good baby face, like run with the title, go ahead, you make it your own. And Dean Ambrose really has been entertaining, and I actually like Dean Ambrose as a champion. I just believe it's AJ Styles' turn to take to become a guy that can run WWE. He has done it with TNA. He has done it in New Japan. He has done it with Ring of Honor. I just think really it's his time now to show, like, hey, look, I'm the same AJ Styles you seen in TNA. I'm the same one you seen in Japan and Ring of Honor and all this other shows. I want to take this run to WWE. I want to have this big run in WWE. Um, and I really would be surprised if Styles doesn't leave um, with the championship if worst comes to worst. Um, there's been only six. There was 6 matches. Do you think any other matches will be added to this card?
They probably should.
What matches would be?
I think that they should have had the Baron Corbin Kalisto match. They had advertised weeks ago, but since whoever was responsible for taking it off the card, Shane, Daniel, or whoever, you know, why you gonna draft somebody and then not put them on the card? You know,
I mean, Kalisto. You know, they say Kalisto is injured, and Baron Corbin. I haven't really seen much of him on SmackDown for the longest. So him being the Andre Giant Memorial Battle, what are they doing? That's my question with that one. There's really has not been any other matches that you can actually put on the card unless you just do like pull in some random uh matches like what Kane versus somebody, I don't know. Kane versus some random local guy. Well, it was just something like surprising, basically. So, what's your thoughts about this? The final thoughts. This.
my final thoughts on the card is just this. Let me put it this way: Usos, they finally needed it. They finally needed the heel turn because they were not doing well as a face. They were looking like mid carders again. They want to be relevant again. It sucks that American Alpha are no longer contending because they were going to be my team to win. But the way that Heath Slater was, yeah. Women's title match. Like I said, I'll say it again. I feel sorry for Becky Lynch. My analysis is either they're going to set her up for something bigger or they're going to set her up for failure. Um, for Heath and Rhino, I hope they get the recognition that they should. As far as the AJ Dean match, I stand by what I said. I mean, no disrespect to Dean. He's been praised by Mick Foley and Terry Funk. No other wrestler will get that. But I think right now they need AJ at the top because they definitely have Owens at the top for Raw since it's still a Shea versus Stephanie thing, thanks to Vince, for those who forgot the draft. I think if Owens could push Raw, I think AJ could push SmackDown. So you give AJ the belt right now, I'm pretty sure Shane and Daniel will not regret it. That's my final thoughts.
Mm, my final thoughts with this one is more of with the tag team championship. Really, I would have thought American Alpha would have been the first tag team champions, but I think WWE is just gonna make them wait for a little bit. They did an injury storyline to put Usos as heels, and I think that this is the reason why they're gonna have the Usos be the first tag team champs, and then basically when Alpha comes back, they're gonna fight them, maybe win the championship at a No Way Out or even the Survivor Series. Um, I think they might actually wait for Survivor Series. It's a bigger stage, but it's just the injury storyline is just more to help the Usos as the heel team. I'm just gonna be a little maybe surprised if Heath Slater and Rhino does win. Um, and they, as I said, the only way the reason why would they win is just for the Heath Slater getting signed to SmackDown storyline, basically for the kids, man, for the kids. For the women's championship, it's gonna be it's between Becky and Nikki. So and that's my main two thing. Those are the your two top faces. Naomi is like the mid card person. Carmella's the top heel. Unfortunately, listen, Natalia, Alexa, and Carmella is calling like an even split. Even. Um, Miz is gonna, keep on the Intercontinental Championship. The only way he loses is because of Daniel Bryan. That's all I say. Um, you know, Orton, Wyatt, it's gonna be a fun one, and Styles and Dean. You know, you have a point, really. If Kevin Owens can be the champion for Raw, why not have Styles for champion for SmackDown? It'd be very interesting how AJ be as champ or the WWE World Champ, given the opportunity to be the champion of the WWE. It's a whole lot different being the champion of TNA. Uh,
Right.
anyway, that's it. MVP, where we can find you at?
You can find me in the back of James's dumpster looking for clues.
Oh,
No, just kidding.
okay, Mr. Green.
No, you can find me somewhere, back of a box somewhere. No, I'm now part of a group called Musical Minds on iVlog. We're a music group, and I just got signed on to be their interactive gamer. Wow, ain't that a shock? So you can find me on Thursdays and Saturday nights on iVlog, teaching people press your luck, Price is Right, Whammy, Countdown, 1 versus 100. Basically anything. Uh, I will give you more details as it comes along. Till then, go AJ.
You can find me at Twitter at Fatboy504. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Fatboy504. I'm actually going to wait for the new WWE game to come out, WWE 2K17, before I go back into streaming. I'm making this announcement. When WWE 2K17 comes out, I am going to start streaming again. I'm going to stream the WWE. I'm also going to pick up Madden at the same time. That's my plan. It might change if situation doesn't fix itself, basically. But that's what I'm planning on doing for that one. Um, Otherwise, just find me on Twitter. That's all you need to. Or you can find me, and you can also find me on the Facebook group pages of WGS TV and Hardcore Wrestling Radio. The Hardcore Wrestling Radio chat room, HWR chat room, and the WGS TV uh, chat room also. So until then, don't get beat up like CM Punk.